Hey guys, it's me Sarah here from Wholesale Ted, and in today's video I'm going to be giving you 5 tips to make money, as in actual serious money, from print-on-demand stores. If you don't know what print-on-demand is, then I highly recommend you check out our free video tutorial where I take you through how to set up a print-on-demand Shopify store. And in that video, I explain how you can use print-on-demand to essentially dropship custom products you create, like this t-shirt here. By creating and selling custom products, you can target niches that you could not normally reach using AliExpress dropshipping. To help me with this video today, I have an awesome guest, my good friend Michael. We have created a video collaboration before. In that, he took us through how he made over $1 million with his print-on-demand Shopify store in less than 1 year. And I will have a link to that video as well in the description below. As you can see, Michael has had some incredible results from his stores, and so I'm really honored to have him as a guest for this video today. Alright, so let's jump straight into it. Tip number 1, sell products that customers can customize themselves. So, I'm sure to some of our Wholesale Ted subscribers, it feels like I'm beating a bit of a dead horse here. But as I've said before, if you want to sell something, emotions are key. And as I'm about to explain, they are even more important when it comes to print-on-demand compared to normal standard dropshipping. So let's take a standard prop here at Wholesale Ted, this camera lens travel mug. Let's say that I decided to list this item in my store. Well, I could write a product description like this one here that lists all the features it has, but this product description would convert much better. Why? Because it describes how this mug will benefit your life by being able to pull pranks and wow people with how realistic it looks. People do not buy this mug because it's made out of food-grade plastic. They buy this mug because they want to see the hilarious look on people's faces when they think they're drinking out of a real camera lens. If you are able to inspire emotions in a customer, whether it's adoration, envy, jealousy, humor, it will increase their desire to buy, which will thus increase your conversion rate. And this is especially important when it comes to print on demand because if we're going to be brutally honest, they are quite expensive to buy in the first place. For example, let's take this camera lens travel mug here and use this as a comparison. If I wanted to buy it on AliExpress, it would cost me less than $7. Pretty cheap, right? So because I'm getting this so cheap to start with, I can put a huge markup on the price in my store for big profit margins. But if I wanted to buy a custom print-on-demand travel mug from Printify, it would be $16.09, and that's if I'm a premium member. Ouch. So the higher price means you don't get to put as much of a markup on it, which means that you make less money, right? Well, not so fast. Like any business model out there, print-on-demand has its own advantages and disadvantages. One of the disadvantages is the higher cost to purchase the item for the customer. But one of the advantages is that you can get much higher conversion rates because you can super customize a product to what the customer truly wants. By being super targeted to what the customer really desires, you trigger their emotions and you increase your conversion rates, and you can sell items for a premium, higher price. And you know what makes a product super targeted? One that customers can customize themselves. Yes, there are print-on-demand services that allow customers to either engrave an item with a custom message or upload their own photos, and this happens automatically without you having to do anything. I'm going to switch over to Michael now, who will explain these lesser known print-on-demand services that offer this as a feature.
To talk about that, I actually want to bring up 2 companies that I love, and that is Shine-On and Print Tech. The reason why they are so great is because they are not only from the United States, but they actually provide custom unique techniques that get your customer involved, and that is custom engraving and custom photo upload. So with Shine-On, they are mainly jewelries, but you can also have your customer upload their own photo onto a type of jewelry all on automatic. So you don't have to do anything on your part. And that is actually really powerful because you get your customer involved in the creation of the design, right? And with print on demand, it's all about emotional selling, and it doesn't get better than that. Emotional selling is so important for print on demand. And when you can introduce that, and your customer or your competition are not actually doing that right now, you can get a leg up on your competition. So definitely look into that unique techniques from these suppliers and apply it to your product line as well.
Tip 2, use this app to get customers to buy more. So I was talking to Michael and he showed me a screenshot of some of his Facebook ads that he's running for his print-on-demand store. Check it out. If we take a look here, we can see that Michael has done extremely well with his ads. For example, he spent $3,583.08 for this ad here, but it made him $14,436.78 in sales. And take a look at the ad below it. He spent $3,614.98, but made more than $14,000 back. These are very good returns, and part of the reason why Michael's been able to get such good returns is he has been very vigilant at getting the customer to buy more than one item. And here is a Shopify app that will help you do that. Bold Custom Pricing. What this app does is it adds a table to your chosen product pages, showing customers if they buy more than one item, they can get a discount. The app will automatically calculate and apply the discount when the customer does purchase multiple of the same item. It was actually another one of my friends who has also had a lot of success with print on demand, Adrian Morrison, who introduced me to this app. Where this app shines is for products like pillow covers, which yes, you can print on demand. Because let's think about it. Let's say that there's a tiger lover out there who sees a throw pillow like this one being advertised in their Facebook feed. They might think, ooh, I could add this to my couch for a fun twist. But when they come to your store and see that they could buy multiple of the same pillow for a discounted price, that makes them think, hey, you know what? Instead of a fun twist for a bit more, I could buy 2 of these and create a synchronized themed look instead. And the more items a customer buys from you, the more money you make, and the higher your profit margin is on that sale. Not only does this app entice the customer to buy more than one, but it also triggers the thought in their brain of, hey, what if I did buy more than one? Of course, it's not a cheap app, so I do recommend that you install it and take advantage of the relatively large free trial period right before you're going to go and start testing and advertising products. Tip 3, to scale your store, hire a designer. Now, as I mentioned earlier in this video, I previously made a tutorial on this channel that taught how to use Shutterstock to find artwork that you can buy and legally reuse for print-on-demand products. And this is very effective in the beginning to help you find a niche really quickly, but I can tell you that million-dollar sellers like Michael quickly shift away from this as their store grows. Because what happens is if you find a winning design on Shutterstock, anyone can come in and buy the rights to sell that design as well. So while Shutterstock is great to get started with, once you've got a flow of sales coming in, you're going to want to shift to a designer to make you custom artwork that will be protected by copyright. And on the plus side, as Michael is about to explain to you, having a designer is very important to help scale your store fast as well.
Now, having a good designer on your team is very important because you need a constant flow of designs coming in for you to test. You don't know if the first design will work or the 10th design. You need to run ads to it, see the analytics to see what will work. Now, it really depends on how well your designers can create those designs and also your knowledge of the niche and how competitive it is as well. All right, so finding designers is very important. And in the interview that I did with Sarah, we talked about buying royalty images for you to jumpstart your print-on-demand business. Now that's good to get started, but you will run into issues where other people will be running the same designs as you. So what you really want to do is hire your own designers. And there are many different ways to hire designers, and I'm talking about really good ones. And the first place you can go to is upworks.com. You can actually do a search for all the designers and post a job listing. And what I normally do is I hire 3 designers at a time, and I give them the same instructions, and I just wait to see who can complete them in a good timely fashion and how well they can follow instructions and how good the designs are. So I would normally hire 1 out of the 3 afterwards, and the price range is normally $20 to $25 depending on the complexity of the design. All right, and the other 2 places you can look at is 99 Designs or freelancer.com. And the good thing about these 2 sites is you can run contests through them and have other designers create designs for you. So you can compare on which design you want and which designers you want to work with. So that is a really good way. If you don't know what you're looking for, you can have other designers come up with the concept for you, and you can compare that way. Now, if you ask me which one I like more between 99 Designs and Freelancer, I like Freelancer more because you can get cheaper designs and the quality is similar depending on the price range you're looking for.
So there you guys go. Upwork, 99 Designs, and freelancer.com. All right, let's move on to my next tip. And in this one, I'm gonna be answering a common question that I get a lot. Tip 4, do not use fan art. It is illegal. I'll tell you now, there are 2 niches that people really want to build a store around based on the comments that I get. Sarah, can I build a store that sells Fortnite items? Sarah, can I build a store that sells anime items? But it's okay if I draw it, right? Let me answer that question right now. No. You can not open a Fortnite store. You can not open an anime store that is based on existing anime properties. It is illegal even if you hire someone to create original fan art based on it. It doesn't matter that it's fan art. Creating artwork that is derived from copyrighted characters or trademarked images or logos is flat out illegal unless you have explicit permission. Now, I know I've addressed the issue in the past about selling items from AliExpress that infringe on copyrights and trademarks, but a lot of people get understandably confused when it comes to fan art and print on demand. For example, check out all of these different Fortnite t-shirts that you can buy on Etsy that will be made using print-on-demand services. These shirts infringe on copyrights and trademarks. And so, as a result of it being so common, people think, well, it must be okay, right? Nope, it isn't. Because, well, even though Epic Games, creators of Fortnite, have a pretty liberal fan art policy, they explicitly do not allow this at all. And even if a company doesn't have a blatant disclaimer on their website like Epic Games does, keep in mind that it is by default illegal unless you get explicit permission. Tip 5, use Pinterest to find winning designs. Now, yes, I know that this tip may seem basic. Oh, wow, Sarah, thank you so much for giving me the idea that I could browse through a social media image site to find design ideas. Absolutely revolutionary. But I promise you that Michael does have a sneaky trick when it comes to doing this with Pinterest, and he's also going to give you a Facebook ad hack that he uses when testing different product designs.
Now, there are plenty of different places you can go to get design ideas, but the first place I normally go to is Pinterest. The reason why I go to Pinterest first is because it's a social network and people can actually pin what they like to their own boards. So the more pins a certain design is getting, that gives me an indicator that this design is popular. So what I'll then do is get inspired from that design and create something unique to me. I don't want to copy any design pixel for pixel. That's just not what we do, and it can actually hurt us in the long run. So any designs that you find, you should customize it to your own business. All right. And with Pinterest, it's really easy to search for designs. All you have to do is go niche plus design. But the downside by doing that is everyone will be searching that way. So you have to think about unique ways to search on Pinterest to get unique ideas. So what you can do is search for tattoos. So niche plus tattoos. The reason why you want to do that is because people who tattoo their body with a certain design, that means they're super passionate. And if it's a good design, you can get inspired and put it onto a different product. And most of the time, it sells really well for me, right? So design research, there's plenty of different places. Other than Pinterest, you can go to Etsy as well, and you can read the reviews and see what people are saying over there. When it comes to design testing, what I normally do is, like I said in the interview that I did with Sarah, you can actually ask your customers what they want, or email that question to your email list, like what do you like more, A, B, C, or D, and then get the reply and see what people actually like and then run ads to it. Another way is just the structure of your campaigns. If you're running Facebook ads, you can actually have 2 ad creatives inside an ad set, and Facebook will rotate to see which one gets the most engagement and show that one more often. Then you know, hey, product 1 is working more than product 2, and then you can focus all your ad budget on product 1.
And just to add to Michael's tip about using product reviews on Etsy to help you come up with design ideas, you can also use product reviews on Etsy or even other sites like Amazon.com to get inspiration for writing fantastic product descriptions. So thank you everyone for watching, and if you would like to get an insider look into how you can build an online store that makes over $10,000 every month, then be sure to download our free ebook, and I will have a link to how you can get that for yourself in the video description below.